Hello, my crafty friends. Well, today I'm going to play with watercolor and maybe ink tints blocks on the Gelli plate. I've just decided I was going to try this. I don't know how well it's going to work. My camera's crooked. Oh, maybe my table's crooked. Maybe I'm crooked. I don't know. Hello. I also have these really cheap alcohol markers from Walmart. They cost $6 for 8 different colors. So I thought I would try those too. I didn't want to borrow Hannah's good ones to play on the Gelli plate with. So, hi Patricia, hi Barbara, hi Mindy. I'm glad y'all are all here. Trying to get some better light. Don't know if it's really helping or not. Hi Deborah. Anyway, I'm going to use this little Gelli plate, and I've got it on this base, which is not really flat. So I'm going to have, it's kind of angled a little bit. So I don't know if this is going to work. I may end up having to take it off and put it on something else. But I just thought I would try it because it's a size that I can just leave out here. So we're going to play with that first and see. And I haven't ever used watercolor on the Gelli plate. And so I thought I would play with that a little bit. And I can't find my new good watercolors. I'm sure they're here somewhere, but I'm not sure where they are. So hi Janet, hi Susan, hi Karen. It's good to see all of you. I need to spray it. And I'm going to play with this little palette, which is the Prima Decadent Pies. I'm going to play with those, and then I'm going to play with this other palette. Let me just move these over here and just spray them. I'm going to play with this watercolor palette too, because I got a bunch of watercolors in here, so I might as well use them. Especially since I can't find my my Daniel Smith watercolors. Oh, I think my sprayer is getting low and I have to work hard to spray it. Still rocking in your recliner. That sounds good to me. Let's give these some more. These take a lot of water to do anything. Excuse me. Woo. I've got air bubbles underneath this that bugs me. But I'm gonna quit worrying about it. Well, hello, Violet. I'm glad you're here. It's good to see you. And I'm just gonna grab a brush because what I'm wanting to do is just play. I've got some really cheap watercolor paper. Oh, sorry. I wish I could mute. Okay. And I'm just going to play with this cheap watercolor paper and see what. First, I've got these little pieces like this. These are off of a Strathmore pad. And I thought I'd start with that since it's small. I'm going to go ahead and just, well, I need some water. I need some real water, not just sprayed water. Okay. And I'm just going to spread, and I don't know how good it'll do because it's, watercolor. I tell you. I may have to get off. To get a cough drop. I've been doing pretty good today until right now. So. I'm just going to grab a few things. This is, like I said, this is a watercolor palette that's not, it's not precious, and the paper's not precious, so I'm just going to see what it'll do. And I thought I would first try one where I didn't wet the paper, and then I'll try one where I wet the paper and see if there's anything different. I guess it's possible, but I don't think so. There may be something out here, but I don't think it's the Gelli plate or the paint, or I think it may be something else. Let's see if we can pull up some of the rest of this. That kind of looks like a mess, doesn't it? So I'm going to let that dry. And let's see. The watercolor the water gets all under here. The acrylic paint doesn't do that. You don't have to worry about underneath. So this may not be a good plan. And now I'm going to get another piece of that paper and I'm going to spray it down so it'll be wet. Okay, and I'm going to let it just sit over here while I put some paint on the Gelli plate. The thing about this is it's definitely not exact, is it? Let's try some orange. We're just going to do a whole thing orange and red. Just a couple of characters sitting down looking to the left. Maybe so. Oh, that's prettier. All right. The thing about this one is that it bows more because it's wet. All All right, I'm going to see if I can just let that one drip back and forth a little bit. So it looks watercolory. I mean, that's kind of what watercolor does. And now let's add some of this. Oh yeah, we made a real ugly mess now. Hi Candy, I'm glad you're here. I don't know if it's bad for your plate to let that water leak under there or not. But I don't know that I like the fact that it does, and I think that's because of the angle on the sides. And I really thought this plate was big enough that the flat part would be flat. Hi Jude, it's good to see you. So now we know if you spray it, you get pretty or something. This is not so pretty to me. I think I'm going to get a different piece. I'm going to get a piece of glass and move this off of here. I just need a smaller piece. I'm not sure that there's really an advantage, at least so far, to using this on the jelly plate versus just using it, just using watercolor. But anyway, funny how they get weird. Okay. Hi, Nashwa. I'm glad you're here. I need another paper towel. What I really need is a rag, but I didn't bring one out here. All right, let's see what we can do with this kind of. What I was really hoping to do was make some squares where I could doodle in them. And I'm not getting much that I think would do that. Let's go ahead and spray this. I think that will keep it not in, that'll make it not square though. Oh well, whatever happens is what happens. Yeah, okay. It just squishes everywhere, so Hi Mina. Hi Elizabeth. I'm glad you're here. Well, that looks kind of cool, but Anyway, we'll see. We'll let it dry a little bit, and we'll see if we can add something else. Now this one's a little bit dry. It's still got wet right here and right there. And I think it turned out better because it's got, you know, two colors than this one. But both of these are definitely better than this one, which I did dry. Although I might could get distinct squares because it just soaks it up if I do it dry. So maybe we will try that next. Let's just see if we can get that to work. I'm going to use a different piece. Hannah gave me this little pad because she said it's like quicksand. It just sucks the paint up so fast it won't move at all. So we'll try this and see if we can get some squares to come out. I think I need a clean water bottle too. I got dirty water, but no clean water. Okay. I'm going to use this purple. And I don't know, has anybody else used watercolor? Do you know, does it always beat up this much for you? Hi, Kathy. Well, that one really does just soak right in, doesn't it? But it's not pretty. And it's definitely not a square. All right, I'm going to try something else here. And it does soak right in. It doesn't move very well on this paper. So it says it's watercolor paper, but it doesn't act like watercolor paper. I just wanted to check that out and see if I would like it better if I just painted on it. All right. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just try to do a and I'm going to go ahead and wet this one down because it was done dry. This is that Strathmore pad, just a little watercolor pad, nothing special. But it's what, you know, is cheap at Hobby Lobby, so. Hey.
I was watching. It turned out very
Okay, you don't have to whisper. Hannah says she was watching. She thought it turned out pretty. But I'm sure she's not talking about this one.
No, that one.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that one's the prettiest you got.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, my voice sounds rough.
Hannah wanted to make sure I felt supported. She didn't want me she didn't want me to think that it was as ugly as I think it is. So I am wanting to play with some stencils, Barbara. I am trying to decide, do I want to put watercolor on here and then put a stencil on, or put stencil and then put watercolor? I don't think it's going to matter. I think it's going to bleed all over the place either way. But let's just put a stencil on and see here. Just not used to it yet. Yeah, no, I'm definitely not used to it yet. Okay. Okay, let's try. I thought if I put less water on the brush, maybe it would be better, but I don't think it's going to be better. Anyway, just for kicks, let's pull this butterfly up on top of this orange paper, if we can. I don't know if we can. Well, you can sort of see it, but it's mostly just a mess. Okay, so that didn't work. We'll try the other way now. Try a little gel medium. Um, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Do I put it on the plate and then put the watercolor down, or mix it with the watercolor? I saw one of the Gelli Arts videos where they actually mixed powdered pigments in with the gel medium. All right, I've got clear gesso right here, and I don't have gel medium right here. So let's do that first. We're just playing anyway, so woo! Huh. Okay. It's just, that's probably plenty, but anyway. This is a mess here. All right, I don't think you want to store that standing up like it seems like you would want to store it. I didn't get any paper out to roll off on because I wasn't planning on rolling off. So let's see, just for kicks. So do I let it dry before I put the watercolor on there? Yeah, Lisa, I think it'll do better to mix it too, but I'm going to try this and see. No, add it wet. Okay. Okay. Let's all right, do I want to go from a stencil or do I want to just put, I think I'll just put some on. And we'll just start that way. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Deborah. I got two Deborahs. Hi, both Deborahs. Hi, and Lisa, I don't think I actually said hi to you, but hi. I don't like the idea of getting the gesso in my watercolor brush, though. Okay, you're going to have to hold on just a second. Sorry.
I have a feeling it was just like during our marketing.
Probably so. Thank you. Sorry. Ethan said some random guy in a Kia came up to the door and um, had a tablet and knocked on the door and called my name. He said, "Were you supposed to meet somebody?" I was like, "No." So, but they didn't leave a note or a message or anything, so I don't know. I'm gonna not worry about it. That's what I'm gonna do. Ah, okay. Well, that makes sense. RCC. I think I don't want to forget she's a Deborah though, so I'll try to say Deborah Brown when I'm talking to you, Deborah. Maybe that way I won't confuse myself. Okay, see this is working better where I let it dry a little bit. Well, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. Anyway, let's just see what it'll do on top of this. All right, well, that made what was a pretty background into a mess. You know what I think? I think I don't care for watercolor on the jelly plate. That's what I think. And I'm sure that there's probably ways to use it that work great. I do, however, think I would like that the way you do it where you glaze it. Um, where you glaze it by mixing the watercolor or the whatever. And in the case of what I saw, they were mixing the powder pigment into the glaze and then using it. And I think I would like that better. So we'll do that a little bit and see what we think. But so far, I think all I've done is make a mess, and I don't. Nope, don't like that. So I'm going to move the watercolors. Just move them out of the way because they got to dry. If I can find a place to sit them where they won't fall. Oh, goodness gracious. Are you wanting me to do that on top of the gesso, Barbara? I'm waiting for Barbara to answer me, so I. No, clean plate. You're going to need to put the gesso with acrylic. Okay. Um, do you want me to put the gesso? No, no gesso, just the plate. Is that what you're saying? All right. Let me clean this a little bit because it's not a clean plate right now. It's got clear gesso on it. Okay. Well, I tried. I don't think this will work because I think it's basically what I tried before. I mean, I don't think the watercolor will stay in place good enough, but we'll try it. So, are you wanting me to use the gesso or not? That's what I don't understand for sure, Barbara. No gesso. Okay. All right. Let's get something that's really wet. She says just drop it in there. I don't know if I can get it wet enough to drop it. I can't drop it. It won't drop. I'm just going to have to paint it in. But I don't think it's going to work. But we're going to try it so we know for sure. See there, it just went underneath, even though it went all underneath. You can see it all around. See, it just made a mess. Where's my... Hi, Cindy. Good to see you. So it may work for other people. It doesn't work for me. I mean, you can sort of tell there's a butterfly, but it's not a good enough butterfly that makes me want to actually use it that way. I will try putting a little of the this and putting some of the paint down and then mixing them up and see if that works. But let's all right. Yeah, Peg and Shell had a lot of fun this morning, and I'm just making a mess. And it'll do that, but if I'm going to do that, I might as well use acrylic paint. I do want to get this good and clean and try the alcohol markers, though. Let me get the watercolor stuff out of the way. All right. I need, this is... Got so much stuff over here. Don't have any room to get this where I can actually use it easier. All right, these are the cheap little alcohol markers I got at Walmart. They're called Art Skills is the brand, and I think they cost $6 for this little thing. What am I wanting to do, Lisa? Oh, I was just wanting to see if what watercolor would work. I had some, and it, I didn't have a real plan in mind other than to see if it would work. I'm gonna do a dragonfly first. I was just playing, just seeing what I could get to happen. I'm going to have to use the other tip. And these do move underneath there a little bit, but at least you can see the design. Hi, Janice. I'm glad you're here. I'm going to let this sit a minute and dry, and then I'm going to move it and put a bee and a butterfly down here. And then we will, and I don't think it's going to actually need very much. These dry pretty quick compared to the just dripping the alcohol ink in there. Then I'm going to put some white paint over it and pull it up. Let's do this little bee up here. Okay, let's do. I don't know if I can get a little bit of a black line on there or not. Let's just draw a little line in there. Now, because they're alcohol ink markers, they will kind of tend to want to mix with each other. Not terrible bad. Ray Missing Man. Okay, I will try to remember that. I don't want to get that where it messes up my. Well, let's just do this and hope that it won't cause a problem. Your needy little kitty is here. Hi, Colleen. It's good to see you. we're just playing with some new toys. Okay. Make sure this is dry before I put it back down here. And no, I don't think I'm going to. Hi, Lisa. It's good to have you here. Okay. I think I'm going to just kind of play here because these are kind of fun. And I can. And then let's see how it'll work if I put some red in. I have a purple. It's not like I don't. I just thought it might be more fun to see if we can get some kind of fun background here. Okay. Now then, I'm going to, I know last time I did it, that really cheap Dollar Tree paint worked really well. So I'm going to try it again. Oh, I need some paper to pick it up on, though. I could probably use that watercolor paper, but actually, I think I'll pick it up on the back of this. I don't think it'll hurt anything to do that. And I'll use that paper to roll off on. Okay. Oh, good for you. I haven't tried gouache at all, except I do have some white gouache on my palette for if I want to make pastels with my watercolors. But other than that, I haven't tried to paint with it. Now this paper is not slick like regular paper. It is watercolor paper, so it does have some texture to it, which will make a difference on how this looks when I pick it up. But anyway, we're going to see what happens. Yeah, I'm sorry you missed us Tuesday. We were working on our Christmas books Tuesday, but Tanya has company today, so she couldn't do anything today. So I just decided to play. Just play, and you're making a mess, so am I. That's pretty much what I'm doing. I should be cleaning stuff out. I've been having a debate with myself, so I'm going to ask y'all what you think. I've been thinking about doing some more destashing and on here that looks like crayon, doesn't it? Doing some destashing and fixing up some destash boxes to see if anybody wants them. But oh, thank you so much, Holly. A 4-hour and 30-minute operation. Okay, if y'all don't mind, I'll remember him tomorrow too, Holly, but I want to pray for him right now and for his doctors. Heavenly Father, we just thank you that we can come to you with all of our worries, and operations are scary anytime. And right now, with all the stuff that's going on, it feels even more fearful than normal. But Lord, we just pray that you will give Michael's doctor wisdom and steady hands, and that he will know exactly what he needs to do, and that the operation will go well. I pray that you will give Michael peace and give Holly and the rest of her family peace over this, Lord, and that your hand will be with him during this surgery. And we thank you. We just thank you for your love for us and for your love for Michael. In Jesus' name, amen. I will definitely be praying for him tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can pull the rest of this off with another little. I don't like those brayer lines. And I have my big brayers do it every once in a while, but this one does it a lot. A lot. No, I already have something there. All right, we're just going to put it on top of this. You are so welcome, Holly. Hi, Susie. We're glad you're here. Thank you for praying with us. Well, it came off. I think junk election material. Cover it up with gesso, make a journal. No, I threw mine away. I just threw it away. I don't think I like using alcohol ink on watercolor paper. Yeah. You could change it on the Gelli plate, you could, but I just threw mine away. I didn't. I'm like Peg. I don't want to look at it anymore. Okay. I was going to try this with regular paper. And a different stencil. This stencil is such tiny little spots. I moved it when I was trying to get the nib of that brush, of that marker down in there. So, what I was asking earlier was about destashing. I want to tell y'all what's been going on lately. And I didn't the reason I'm not sure I'm going to offer more destash bags is that in the last 2 months, I have had 3 orders from Amazon and an order from eBay, all that I paid for never show up. Tracking would get them so far and then they would just disappear. A couple of the things that I ordered from Amazon went from Fort Worth to Oklahoma City and left Oklahoma City, and we're 4 hours from Oklahoma City, and it never got here. And I don't know if the truck died, something happened to the truck or what. But it was so long that they went ahead and just gave me a refund for them because they don't know where they are either. And, if I'm offering destash bags and you pay for it and it doesn't get there, I've already spent your money on the shipping for that bag. And so I can't give you a refund. And that worries me. So I've been thinking about just gathering up all my stuff and taking it over to they have a really big, nice homeless shelter here in Amarillo. And I don't know how many beds they have, but it's a really big one. And I was thinking about just packing up a bunch of stuff and taking it over there to see if they have, if they could use it. I'm sure there are lots of kids there that could use it, or moms, or, people who need something to do. So I'm thinking about doing that. I do think because the way I've been sending them, like Becky did, I put them in flat rate boxes that are they are insured for $50. So, but I don't know what you have to go through if one of those disappears. I also had someone who bought one of those bags for me that sent me money, and I never got it. So I don't know. I'm just kind of feeling about doing that again, and I think taking it over to the Salvation Army might be the better idea. Well, that's probably true if it's one of their flat rate boxes. I just don't know how long you have to wait before the post office will do something about it, and how hard it is to get them to. Um, I did call, and they said I called. Well, I didn't call Oklahoma City. I called here, and I called the big main number. And they didn't excuse me, they didn't have an answer for me. But Amazon just gave me my money back. So it's not that big of a deal because of what it was. But I don't know. I've had a couple of things in the past that said they were delivered to me that I never got. I never got. It said it was delivered to my front door, but it was not. I was even there, and the other package that was supposed to come that day was delivered to my front door, and it was something I bought off of eBay. And the post office said, "I'm sorry, I can't do anything about it. You'll have to talk to the eBay people because we have that it was delivered, and if it says it's delivered, it was delivered, and we can't do anything about it." So, um, I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to call first to make sure, Susan, about. I'm going to call. We do have some, halfway houses, and I know where they are. I know who they are because a church that we went to worked with them, so I can find a phone number to call them directly and ask them. But the but you can't just show up there. That's true. Salvation Army, I think you could just show up there, but I would call them first anyway. But I'm telling you all of this just to say that I think I'm probably going to do that rather than going through the trouble of offering more de-stash boxes, unless there's somebody who really, really wants me to make them one, and they're willing to take the chance on dealing with the fact, that it might not show up and you have to deal with the tracking. I try to send everything with I send everything with tracking, but right now I'm feeling very disenchanted with the post office. So because of all of this, and I had tracking numbers for those things I bought that they said were delivered, but I never got too. So anyway, that's true. That's true, Mina, and that's why I'm going to call them first. But I know some of you asked me if I was going to do more de-stash boxes, um, to let you know, and that's why I'm talking about this. If I hadn't had that and I hadn't said I would, I probably would have just done it, given it away to the shelters and not even said anything. But anyway, I have a friend who works in the school system, and I'll ask her too. Last time I asked about it, she said that because what I had wasn't enough for a whole class, they couldn't use it because they have to do everything equal. Um, but that was, a year or two ago, and they weren't having the money issues they're having right now. So they might be more willing to take it. They might be less willing to take it because of COVID. I don't know. Anyway, um, I'm just letting you know that I think that's what I've decided to do, unless they won't take them. If they won't take them, then I may rethink it. But anyway. Yeah, well, see, part of my problem, Deborah, was that one package. There were two packages coming from the same person, and they said that they were both delivered. One package was delivered, the other one was not, and they just wouldn't deal with it because they said that obviously they didn't send it, or it would have been delivered if it was supposed to come with that package. So, um, anyway, I have usually everything I send out always gets there. But after not receiving the payment for one of those packages, and I know she sent it because she's the kind of person who wouldn't lie to me, and but I never got it. And then having those packages that I ordered not get to me, and having, I'm just kind of tired right now. If I'm going to send out something right now, it's going to be Happy Mail, and I don't have a lot of postage money for Happy Mail at the moment. So I won't be sending out, big packages of Happy Mail. It'll just be little stuff. But some of this stuff I may just stick in, a little bit in some Happy Mail and send it out. But what I don't want is somebody to pay for the shipping and be expecting it and then have it not get there. So, okay, y'all are talking about inks. Um, are you talking about making your own sprays? When I made mine, I made them with, oh, although mine are not mostly in sprays, I put them in these little bottles, alcohol ink bottles. But I used colored Sharpies to make mine. Now this one is a spray. But the sprays only work part of the time, it seems like. And so I said I wasn't going to use this paper anymore, but it's what I've got right here. Yeah, you can, as long as it's something you can mix with alcohol, you can. I've mixed some of them together too. So there's that spray. And then it probably won't work on this because it's no, it just made darker spots. But if you do this on Yupo or something, it will actually push the alcohol ink away and make holes. But that looks kind of cool. If it was safe to use, well, I didn't have any trouble with my, I used these that I made with alcohol. It's very sticky. Okay. Huh. Yeah, some people mix some water and some alcohol in sprays, and they just add the alcohol mainly to make it dry faster. Is the reason they add the alcohol, and that's one reason to use alcohol. If you're using it on regular paper, that's the main advantage to alcohol over water, is that the alcohol will dry faster. But when you're using it, I don't think the alcohol is bad for your plate. But if it's sticky, you might have used there might be something else in it. Let's see what this will do. I've had trouble finding the 91% alcohol, which is what I use. I've noticed that I don't see it. I just happen to still have some because I when I buy it, I buy a couple of the quart sizes or whatever they are. Um, I buy a couple of them and then I just keep it out in the studio um, till I need it. Hi, Journey. I don't like them. Journey, I wasn't impressed with the watercolors on the Gelli plate. And there may be something you can do to make it work better that I don't know about, and then it would be better. But I couldn't get it to make me happy. I'm just playing right now while I'm talking. I'm not really even caring what happens. I'm just playing, putting a bunch of different spots on this paper. And the alcohol makes it come through the watercolor paper. Let's see if we have an orange. I imagine that this will kind of disappear, but let's see what happens. If it was on Yupo paper or something, it would reactivate the alcohol and kind of mix, but this isn't Yupo paper, so I don't think it'll really do that. That's interesting. I don't know what letterpress ink is, so I'm glad that Peg's here to help you with that because I don't know. Let's put some yellow on here and see what happens. Okay, it's reactivating the stuff that's actually on the plate, which is interesting. Of course, I'm putting a lot of the yellow on just to see what happens, but oh, it's looking pretty on the back. I like the back. The front is probably really overkill, but the back is pretty. So it's just adding layer after layer, but they're not really, mixing except for being on top of each other. Hi, Joyce. So that's fun. Now I've got this little bits of the alcohol paint left on there. So I'm going to see what we can get to come up. Let's get this out of the way. I have some food coloring here because somebody told me to try making alcohol ink with food coloring. I haven't tried it yet, but I don't see why it wouldn't work. I know it works, as a water-based thing. You can, mix it with water and use it, but somebody was saying try it with the alcohol. So that's why it's in here with all my other alcohol stuff, even though I haven't actually tried it to see. Okay. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and use this piece of watercolor paper because it's here. What I thought I was going to do before I got out the little Gelli plate was to do a kind of a watercolor swatch type painting. Hi, Jules. It's good to see you. So there is that. That's what was left on the plate after I did all of this. Okay. What was that? There was something else I thought I might play with. Oh, yeah, I just wanted to draw like shapes and stuff. I think this is a cool way to use these alcohol markers. And then you're not dependent on if the nib will go down into your stencil or not. Hi, Kathy. I was going to say, I thought you'd already been here a minute, but I've been wrong before, so I say hi again just in case. I'm having fun with this. I am going to get regular paper to um to pull this off though, because I think it will work better. Ooh, that one's kind of skinny. You've been listening the whole time. Letterpressinc.com has a video comparing letterpress inks. Well, I'm going to have to look into that because I have no clue what letterpress inks even are. Printer's ink. Okay. Oh, let's add some black. Black is always a good, um, although this black isn't very black. I just don't know when to stop. Okay, I'm going to stop right there and let that dry, and then I'm going to put some paint over it and pull it off. But I need to get me some papers first. Well, this is interesting. This isn't what I intended to use, but I'm going to use it anyway. It's rice paper. So I'm going to tear it in half. And then we can just there we go. Now then, this paper has a smooth side and a rough side, I think. Yeah, it has a rough side and a smooth side. Has anybody worked with rice paper? Which one do you think I should use? The smooth side or the textured side? I'm going to wait and see if any of you have ideas while I think about what color paint to put behind it. I don't think I want white. Candy says the rough side. Let me just pull these out. Just realized I also need some paper to roll off on. I'll just roll off on the other side on this. Okay. This is all very bright stuff, so I think I'm going to use this deep yellow paint, and we'll see what happens. And let's get this, and I'm going to do the rough side, I think, since that was the only answer I got, and nobody contradicted her, so. Just going to use a little bit, if I can get a little bit to come out. Wow, that just disappears. I may want to play on rice paper more often. I think this is the first time I've ever put anything on rice paper. I'm going to let it sit a minute. I don't know how long is good, but all right, let's see. That's fun. Hi, Mrs. Gigi. That's really interesting. So I'm going to hang this one up, and then we're going to put a different color behind it and pull again. This time I think I'm going to use this cobalt blue. It's not really a cobalt blue. It's much lighter than a real cobalt blue, but we're going to use it anyway. I should have done this one on the smooth side just to see the difference, but oh well. Oh, yay, Cindy. Buy a bunch of paint. Paint is good. That's definitely ghost printy, but I like it. Hmm. Well, that's not. Trying to decide if that's bits of paper that's on there. It is a little bit of paper. Okay. Get that off. Okay, so I'm going to leave that and I'm going to do something else with these, and this can just, whatever the little bit that's left can just kind of be in the background. Oh, bye, Peg. Thanks for coming. Okay, y'all, these are really fun to doodle with on the jelly plate. And this is a purple. It looks like it's blue, just like the other blue. I don't know. I'm trying to get light that's not glaring. I didn't realize how much of a glare there was there. Anyway, you still can't tell the difference between the blue, but that's all right. It will stain it a little bit. You can take it off with hand sanitizer, the alcohol-based hand sanitizer. I'll show you. Um, but it doesn't mess up what happens next. If it comes off on the next one, it just becomes part of the background. Um, hmm. Well, that's weird. Journey. I do know that a really thin coat of paint is what you need, but I don't. Yeah, I've heard people say baby oil will work. I haven't tried. I've used baby oil to see if I could recondition my plate, but I haven't used it to get alcohol ink off. Yeah, I'd be afraid to use bleach too. I'm afraid it would really mess something up. But I just used hand sanitizer on mine. But I haven't used. I've only used it on this plate. I haven't used alcohol ink on my big plate. And this was a brand new plate when I first. I mean, this is only my second time to use this plate, and I don't know if a plate that's already got stuff on it might stain more. I just don't know. But I would try hand sanitizer and baby oil. Those are two good things to try. Okay. Now then, what do I want to put as my background for this one? How about this really bright pink? I'm going to give it just a minute more, but I think it's pretty much dry. Oh, I did want to try one thing just for kicks, just to see what would happen. And it does. When I put that pink dot, it kind of moved the purple out of the way. You can't really see it, but it's kind of like in the, let me bring this down a little bit closer. Should have done that earlier. Sorry. In the yellow, I put a pink dot. I did the same thing in the hearts, but it's harder to see in the hearts. Oh, well, praise the Lord, Kathy. I'm so glad you got rain. You could send some of it my way too. I need some rain too. Okay. Uh-oh. There they are. I was going to say, where did my papers go? This time I'm going to try to print on the smooth side and see if it makes a difference. Well, this is very thin. I don't know if that's going to work or not. You can hear that? When I was rubbing on the smooth side and had the rough side down, you couldn't even hear it. Yeah, this is a little 2-inch brayer I got at Hobby Lobby. They had them on 75% off. And I didn't have a good 2-inch brayer, so I bought it. The screws do tend to want to come out and I have to smush them back in. But other than that, it works pretty good. except it does kind of leave a mark sometimes. But my big brayers do that too once in a while. So there's that one. All right, and I'm going to get some hand sanitizer, and we will see if it'll work, since I told you it would work. It worked for me last time. And I just rub it like this with my fingers. So you can see it pulling it up. And there, it's all gone. So now I don't know if it would work as well if I left it sitting there for a week or two. I don't know. I can't promise you that. I just know it worked right now. Thanks, Susan. Ooh, flowers sounds good. I think I'm gonna do let's do a vine. And we're gonna put a few leaves in, and then we'll add a few little flowers in too. Okay, I'm just gonna. Oh wait, I'm gonna. No, I'm gonna just go ahead and fill those in with the green. Doing it after I made the shape will give it a little bit of texture. Don't know if that's good texture or bad texture, but anyway. Sorry about that. Be sure to show us what you do, Kathy. Would love to see it. I like that. And it's probably not normal to have two kinds of flowers growing on the same little bush, but we're going to do that. We're going to have two different kinds of flowers growing on the same little bush. Maybe even more. Night, Susie. Thanks for coming and visiting with us. Let's do some yellow ones. They won't be as easy to see, but anyway. We're just going to make them look like little blobs. Okay. I got green on that yellow, so I need to kind of clean the... There we go. Okay. Bye, Susie. Trying to decide what color paint to put over this so that we have it behind. I think it might be fun to have a metallic. So let's see. All right, here we go. I'm going to use this rose gold. The yellow may not show up at all, but we're gonna see what happens. Okay. I think it's pretty dry. Let it sit a minute. That last icy snow stuff that we got, was it just last week? I think it was just last week. It's wow. Um, when I looked at my rain gauge after all of that, was melted, we had 2.25 inches in the rain gauge. So we got at least that much moisture out of that snow and ice. And we needed it very, very badly. Oh, that worked out nicely. Nice shimmery little background. It looks, I don't know, there's something old looking about it because of because it doesn't pull it all up exact. And I think that's the texture of the paper lends to that look. But I like it. I'm glad I'm getting some things I like since I got so much I didn't care for at first. Oh dear. Okay. What else do I want to try? Has anybody got something they want me to try on here? Yeah, we're up to about 80 today too. And last week when we got all that snow and ice and stuff, our high was 20. Today the high is 80. So put some of those colors down and spritz with alcohol spray. Okay. Let me get my alcohol spray. So I just scribble them down, do you think, Barbara? Or do I do something specific? And we'll just do big geometric signs and shapes, I mean. And we'll see if any of that stays or if it all just... And let's see what else. Probably these shapes aren't even going to matter once I spray it, but just in case it does. Oh. Hi, Carrie. I'm playing with alcohol markers on the jelly plate, and we're fixing to spray this with alcohol and see what happens. All right. And then I need to get something ready to pull it up here. If I don't like it, blame you. I should have put paint over it. Ah! I should have put paint over it. We may have to do it all over again. We may have to do it all over again. I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking. That's what it was. Okay, bye-bye, Barbara. I've never tried using Posca pens. Well, there's that. So it actually pulled up better than I expected it to. I'm going to redraw everything and do it again, but this time put acrylic paint over it and see how it turns out. Because that's what I didn't let it dry and do that, and I want to see the difference. Yeah, I would think it should be fine too, Holly. I agree with you on that. I've just never tried it. Maybe we can try that in just a minute. Let me do this one first. And then we will play with them. I've never seen anybody do it, but that does not mean that it's an issue. Hi, Sherry. We're glad you're here. No, I didn't put. I forgot to put the acrylic paint on it, Susan. But it picked up better than I expected it to. It did better than I expected. You have? Well, I figured somebody has. I mean, good grief. I was really surprised to learn that nobody has. I just haven't seen it myself. But it makes perfect sense as something to do. Okay. There's our remake. I think since we're going to put, I'm going to go ahead and do some dots, a few bigger dots of black. Give this one a little something extra. There we go. Now we'll let it dry a minute. Shouldn't take long. This dries much faster than just the alcohol inks themselves. All right, I'm going to go ahead and spray it now, and then we'll let it dry again. We will let it dry again. This will take longer this time. And I should not wave at it because if you do, you spread out the alcohol and you make all the little drops bigger. But I'm doing it anyway. It's hard not to. You just want to hurry it along. I think it's just about dry. Shows how dry it is here today. Let's give it a little bit more. Didn't get hardly any alcohol right there on that. But I'm afraid if I do anything, I'll mess it all up. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and use the I was going to go ahead and use the white for the background, but on white paper, I don't know that the white would even show up. Let's see. I think I liked that rose gold. We'll go ahead and put that on the back. I have, Susan, it was a long time ago, but I did it on two pieces of glass, with two pieces of glass. And it was fun, but I like the jelly plate a lot more, mainly because it's kind of tricky. I like the dendritic prints where you just put some drops, and then you go whoosh, you squish it down and it makes circles. I liked that, but everything else I did with it I thought was just okay. Okay, so here is with the acrylic paint, and here is when I forgot to use the acrylic paint. So you see how much more vibrant it is when it has something behind it. Hang these up. All right. Let me move these out of the way and get out some Posca pens. Ooh, ooh. Let's try to unplug everything. Sorry. Okay. There we go. Move those out of the way. I think I have had dendritic stuff happen on the jelly plate when I put a bunch of paint on there. If you put too much paint on there and then you put your paper down, it kind of does that. It pulls it because it can't all soak in. And I've had that happen accidentally. I've had that happen accidentally. Let's turn this into something a little bit sturdier. Let's make that flower a different color here. Let's add some more stem. Okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and, well, I'll say if I fill in those leaves, you won't see that they're even petals. So I'm just going to add some little bits in the middle. There we go. So I feel like I should do something else. Well, my attempt at some grassy type things is not. Not turning out too great. All right, and then I need another part of a flower over here. Um, eh, okay. Okay, this is kind of odd here. Hi, Kim. I'm glad you're here. Sorry I didn't notice you till just now, but I am glad you're here. Um, I know what I'm going to do. Well, I don't want. Um, I have wanted to do this several times and I have resisted, but I'm going to go ahead and do it this time. Because the rest of the stencil gets in the way sometimes. You do have to be more careful if you trim it like this, but okay. Now then, I could put the butterfly or the bee. Which one do you think? Hi, Tammy. It's good to see you. We're glad you're here. So, what do y'all think? A little bee down here or a butterfly? Bee. All right. The winner is a bee. Sorry, Gemma. I'm glad you're here, but bee came up first, so it's not real easy um, to do this. We're going to see what we can do. Oh, I need a finer one than that black one if I'm going to get in those little spaces. I have one. I know I do. That's the same size. Okay, this one's smaller. The legs are going to be a problem, I can tell, because it's leaking around. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see it, but I'm going to take this off. See if I can get rid of some of that. No, I'm just going to take it all off, and we're going to start over, and we're going to just do the yellow parts, and then we will fill in the black parts afterwards. Okay, now let's try getting the yellow parts back on there. Oh, thank you, Janet. Well, now the yellow leached. Okay. Just not working. So, hi, Tanya. I'm glad you're here. So, I think I'm just going to draw it, and you will see how bad a drawer I am. That's really not turning out. Okay. No B. Sorry. No B. Let's draw a ladybug. I can draw a ladybug. Let's put her in here in the grass. I'm drawing her. Okay. Okay, I'm going to let that red dry a minute, and then we'll put some black dots on it. Since I came on, you have grocery shopped, cooked, and spilled different things, including your chicken and mashed potatoes already. I am so sorry that you spilled them. It's pretty cool that you grocery shopped and cooked, but spilled three different things. That's not good. I don't want it to be my fault. I don't want it to be my fault. Let this dry a minute. Hi, Mary. So good to see you. Did you get your package? It said it was delivered yesterday. It's just that kind of a day. Well, I'm sorry. Let's see if we can. I'm going to go ahead and do some more red over this stem. Since we have to wait for this to dry anyway. Bye-bye, Deborah. Thanks for coming. I can't wait too, Mary. I'm looking forward to it. Email me when you think is a good time to start. And we can start on Monday or Friday. Whatever week works best for you. Just let me know. Okay. I think this is dry enough. I can put some. I'm doing all these dots and I just realized that they're now going to be underneath the red. So you won't be able to see them on the print because you have to do it backwards. So I should have done the dots and then the red. So I'm just telling you this for future reference. If you want to make a ladybug on the jelly plate, you have to do the dots and then the red. Anyway, it is what it is. Let's go ahead and put some little antenna. I don't know if ladybugs have antenna, but this one's going to. Yeah, we can add the dots on the print after we pull it, but I did all that and for nothing basically, except for our enjoyment right at the moment, for our momentary enjoyment. All right, I'm going to let this dry a little bit, and then I'm going to, even though it's going to show through the leaves and everything, I'm going to use this blue kind of as a sky thing. I just think it'll be a good thing to do on the background. Almost dry. Thank you, Cindy. I got kind of messy hands. They've been worse, but a little bit there and a little bit more here. His antennas still need to dry. Let's see how many more of these pieces of paper I've got here. 1, 2. I think that's it. So we can do 2 more, and then I'm going to be through. That's what I decided. We'll do this one and one more, and we'll be finished. Almost. Okay. Now then, where do I put? I need to put these somewhere so I don't lose them. That's the only bad thing about cutting these off is losing them because they're so little. Okay. I think we're going to call it good enough. That looks very waxy like this, doesn't it? I like that look. Put them in an envelope and label them. That's a good idea, Jules. And then I'll lose the envelope because that's who I am. Nope, I'm feeling really good. I want y'all to know since I made that decision to destash and take stuff to a shelter or I'm feeling good about destashing now. I didn't feel as good about taking it to a thrift store, even though that all of our thrift stores help, you know, help different charities. I still didn't feel as good about it as I do taking it there and seeing if it can help directly. Now he's got where I put the dots, it's now just background because the black didn't even pull off. Interesting. And see all the white spots where the paint kind of um, bubbled up a little bit. I like it though. It looks like fresco or like it's on plaster or something or wax. I think that's fun. I like that. Oh. I think I'm going to do one more geometric kind of thing with the alcohol markers for my last one, and then we will call it done. I don't know. Got a lot of air underneath there. I don't like that. Textured, yes, Mary, it's textured. And that part of that is the paper because it is a rice paper and it has a texture on the paper. Um, but even the ones I pulled from the smooth side textured. So um, anyway, I really like pulling prints on this stuff. I hope I've got some more of it somewhere. Okay, let's get those markers out and play with them again because that was fun. I usually doodle after I get stuff off the jelly plate instead of doodling on the jelly plate, so that's been fun. I may come back in with red and do something else in a minute, but for right now, we're going to... What kind of markers are these? These are, let me find the... These are Art Skills permanent markers, an 8-piece set. They're alcohol markers, but they cost $5.97 at Walmart. Very cheap, probably the cheapest alcohol markers you can get. But it says they're blendable. They have a chisel point and a fine point. And they show, blending the colors. So I think this is, if you just want to play with some alcohol markers, this is a good place to start. So, it's a good place to start. Hannah has some nicer ones with all kinds of ranges of pastels and all kinds of colors, which I think are really fun, but they cost a lot more, and I didn't want to spend that kind of money on something that I might only use once on the jelly plate. So when I saw these at Walmart, I thought, okay, I can invest that. Trying to decide. My brain's not coming up with very exciting doodles. Some little flying bug. Okay. And then let's do uh they will stay for a while, but I haven't had any trouble pulling them off. And if I do have trouble, I just use hand sanitizer and clean it off. I'll show you in just a second, Mary. But it seems to be working fine. I use alcohol inks on there, and it cleans the plate up with the alcohol inks too. So I think if you do it a whole lot, it will stain the plate, but it's not something that I think's a real problem. At least it hasn't been so far. I'll put it that way. Okay, let's do something purple. And hmm. Well, let's go ahead and do something else over here. We've been doing hearts with purple on everything else, so. think I'm going to use orange because the yellow, it doesn't show up as much. So, and for orange, I'm going to just make little flowers. These are, you can see that alcohol moving. Um, okay, we're gonna let that be because I just end up playing with it all day trying to get it to look nice. And so, what next? Uh, I don't know if I like that one or not, but we're going to keep it because it's already on there and I don't want to try to wipe it off. So, okay, I am going to use the yellow though and see if I can make centers in those flowers. I don't know if you have to do it right then, but I think it's better to go ahead and try to get the whatever color you got on there, get it off. I think I want to just add that a little bit. Okay. So now I'm going to let this dry a little bit. And then I'm going to, I think, maybe use this pink behind it. Trying to think what else would be good. I have, but I don't know if the green would show up on top of this or not. I have some green metallic. I don't know. I don't know. I could use this rose gold again. Oh, but I think we're going to use some of this copper. The orange might not show up on that though. All right. We're going to change our mind one more time. And we're going to use this pewter. I don't like it as much as copper, but I think kind of next to it. Oh, bye-bye, Journey. Thanks for coming and visiting with us. Okay, so I'm going to use this color. Let's get that out of the way. And get my paper. Okay. And we're going to put this pewter on here. One thing I like about this rice paper that I've noticed, it doesn't wrinkle like deli paper. Of course, it's a lot more expensive than deli paper too. But anyway, this is some I bought when my son was taking Japanese, and he graduated 3 years ago. So that was like 5 years ago when he was using this paper to draw and write Japanese symbols. Let's go ahead and put these up out of the way. Okay, that came off nice, didn't it? And this is on the smooth side of the paper, and so it didn't texture up at all. That's really pretty. I like it. It looks like I doodled right on top of it. And this paper is thin, so it'll work really good in collage. It's gonna see. Let me find another sheet of paper just for. Okay, this one's something I'm not going to use for anything else, and even though it's that cheap watercolor paper, I'm going to go ahead and do white on this and pull it up on this and see how much more we can get off, and then we'll use the hand sanitizer for whatever's left. Okay, too much white. Okay, what's going on here? Something is happening. This doesn't want to roll. And it was doing fine earlier. Oh, good grief. Okay, well, this may not work at all. All right, we're just going to go ahead and put it down. Well, now it's rolling. Of course. Bye-bye, Holly. I'll be praying for your son tomorrow and for you. So there's my ghost print. And there you can see there's still alcohol ink on the plate. So let me find a paper towel because I'm going to need that to wipe it off. Oh, here's one. Okay. I knew I had one I used for something else out here, so. Oh, here's the one I used earlier for this. Let's use it again. Okay, so I'm just going to squirt a little of this hand sanitizer on here and just kind of rub it around with my finger. And then wipe it off. Now, personally, I think if you do that, you probably need to do something to get the alcohol off from that hand sanitizer. So I go ahead and wipe it down with a baby wipe. And since this is all I'm going to be doing today, I may even put a layer of mineral oil on it to that baby oil, whatever you want to call it, so that my surface doesn't dry out from the alcohol, because the alcohol will definitely dry your surface out. And I do have some somewhere. Is that it? No, that's glycerin. Hmm. Well, I don't know where it went, so I can't do that right now. I just did it not too long ago, so it's probably hidden up here amongst all my stuff. Anyway, if I could find it, I would do that. But since I can't find it, I'm not going to do that. Um, so I guess that's it for today. Thank you all for coming and chatting with me. I had fun. Next week, next Tuesday, we will be on my channel um, working on our Christmas book. As far as I know, that's going to work out okay. And Sunday, if things work out well, and if Tanya's company is, I say if it works out well for me. If Tanya's company is gone, then she and I are gonna, I'm gonna stream with her Sunday, and we're gonna make background papers, collage papers for the technique that I want to try on Monday night. If her, if her, if her company is not gone, we'll save that till next week. So it'll either be Sunday and Monday this week or Sunday and Monday next week that we'll work on that project. So just letting you know that that's coming up. And let me see if I can find the name of that. Just a second. That's not it. That's not it. It's called Faux Shin Cole. Chinecolle. Shin Cole. Shinny Cole or Shin Cole. Um, and it's not the real version, but it's a faux version of that. So that we're going to be doing. So there is a Gelli Arts. Let me see if I can. There's a real short little video. That's the only thing I've actually seen except for watching Heather do it. But this one's on YouTube, so you can see kind of what we're going to be doing um, on that video that I just posted in there. So, and like I said, we'll either do it Sunday afternoon on Tanya's channel, getting the papers ready, because you have to have collaged papers ready to do the jelly printing on top of. And then we'll jelly print Monday night, or we'll do it next weekend, Sunday and Monday, if it doesn't work out for this week. So just giving you a heads up on that. Thank you all. Have a great day. God bless you. Bye bye.